Hey everybody, it's your Christian coach for life. Now, I don't know about you, but every time I think I have heard it all, someone surprises me. You need to take a look at this.
Dallas police have issued arrest warrants for two people who they say were doing illegal cosmetic surgery, the main procedure being butt injections. And police are investigating the death of one of their patients. The two seen here in mugshots from previous arrests are accused of practicing medicine without a license and using common household products in those procedures. Fox 4's Calvert Collins talked with one former patient about how it all happened. Calvert.
Well, Cecilia Taylor tells me Denise Ross, better known as Wee Wee, was the go-to person for these cosmetic procedures like butt injections. So she was stunned when a patient turned up dead at the same office she went to for the same procedure. Her immediate question, would she suffer the same medical consequences for a $500 decision?
I jumped up, went to the emergency room, had the doctor check my behind. He said it looks okay for now, but I was very, very scared.
Scared she too could be a victim. Dallas police investigated Waikisha Reed's unexplained death inside this now abandoned Deep Ellum storefront in mid-February. Reed's cause of death is still pending. But the two who ran the advertised eyelash extensions shop were Denise Ross and Jimmy Joe Clark, whose alias is Alicia. Cecilia Taylor describes them as kind, holding her hand and talking to her during her injections in January. She said Wee Wee appeared to be professional.
She said that she used to work under a plastic surgeon, and that's exactly what I went by.
Another victim confirmed to Dallas police she too went to see Ross and Clark for $520 worth of butt injections in early February. And when she asked questions about the procedure, such as what was being used in the injections, and she was not given a good explanation. The patient was told by Wee Wee the liquid was a water-based saline, and when she asked if it was hydrogel, Wee Wee responded yes. During the 7-syringe procedure, she felt intense pain and was told to be quiet after screaming in agony. The injection holes were closed with super glue and cotton balls.
She did tell us it was hydrogel. I did look it up, perfectly fine. Now that I've seen this, I'm like, okay, what did she put in me?
As you just saw, the news clip of a woman in Texas goes to get a butt injection procedure and she dies. Now, there is nothing funny about that because we know that people die on the surgical table all the time, or post-surgery complications arise and they can become ill and die. Now, police subsequently has ordered an arrest warrant for the two women, Denise Ross and Jimmy Joe Clark, aka Alicia, for providing this service to women, and primarily the woman who died. Did you see the mugshot? Okay, so now they interview a former patient who is now scared because she had the same procedure done as the woman who died, and she ran to the doctor worried that she was going to be subject to death eventually. So she went to get this checkup. Now, the first question I have for you, because I clearly can't ask her, is when you saw these two people and you knew one of the women's name was Wee Wee, what happened? What didn't kick in, y'all? Help me. I always like to say, what is going on? What happened? There is nothing about these two people when I look at them that says medical, professional, doctor, or even elementary school. So when she went to the clinic and she saw Wee Wee and Alicia, who were recommended, these people were highly recommended, and she got there, nothing made you turn around and go home and rethink this whole procedure? I don't know. What do you think? Now she's running scared because she's scared she's going to die. Well, you're lucky you're not dead. She went into this office and she went and saw the same thing the other woman saw who subsequently died. And you mean to tell me you surprised that the woman is dead? For real? You really think that all of you people are just going to continue to survive at the hands of Wee Wee and Alicia, who is a transvestite, by the way. Look at the picture. He's a he, she. So now, I mean, they could be medically trained and so forth and so on, but that don't say medically trained to me. Not looking at these two faces. Okay, y'all. So let's just say that when Wee Wee said, all you got to pay me is $500, we could get the butt injections on. Maybe that's what sealed the deal. Let's continue with the account that's given from this woman. She said that when she went in, evidently she was comfortable. She paid her money. And then during the procedure, Wee Wee and Alicia were very kind. And, you know, they treated her like a good patient. You know, someone who cared. For real, y'all? With all of the gentleness and the kindness and the compassion for if you were possibly going through any pain, she said Wee Wee appeared professional. Well, I would too if I was getting a free $500 for injecting your butt with some water or liquid that nobody knows and ain't nobody asking. Wouldn't you? That's $500. Listen. When was the last time Wee Wee legally made $500 in 15 minutes? I'd be professional too. Wouldn't you be? To boot, she said that when she talked to Wee Wee, Wee Wee said that she worked previously that she had worked under a medical professional. Now, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have been on the surgical table more times than I like to even remember. At the minimum, 12. 10 plus 2, 12. Now, one time have I ever gone to even the clinic and people didn't look, sound, act professional, and you really knew that they were not playing. She never been to another medical building before? Is this her first time visiting a doctor where she could not determine that this was some flaky, fluky nonsense? They said that this place was an eyelash extension shop. That was the front. The front is an eyelash extension shop, and that was fine for you to go inside to get some butt injections. Somebody's going to put some, and listen, we're not talking about somebody going to pluck your eyebrows. We're not talking about somebody going to cut your hair. We're talking about somebody's going to inject something into you. Would it ever click in that being under a medical professional previously in your life would not be the credentials that you need to be looking for, you jerk? So let's get to the second person that they interviewed. Now, this woman said that she had gone and she paid $520. Now, she paid $20 more than this other chick that they interviewed. And she said that while she was having the procedure, she was hollering because it was painful. And they told her to shut up. Shut up. I guess they figured for this $520, you better not scare off none of our other potential patients with all this hollering going on. Now, where was the care and concern and the hand holding that the first lady got? She paid an extra $20. Don't you think she should have gotten maybe a piece of tissue, or eye tears wiped, or maybe the hand rubbed, maybe an extra couple of strokes? For, I guess now $20 extra would make you ask a couple of extra questions. So this patient asks, what are you putting in me? And she didn't like the answer that she got, or whatever it was. She wasn't comfortable with it. So then finally they tell her it's water-based saline. Saline is water, liquid. You didn't know that? Oh my gosh. Okay, so then she says, oh, well, is it hydrogel? And Wee goes, yeah, it's hydrogel. It's hydrogel. It's water-based saline and hydrogel. Now shut up and let us continue this procedure so we can get on to the next fool that needs to have butt injections too. Finally, in order to close up the injection holes, they use crazy glue and cotton balls. Now, I don't know if you've ever used crazy glue before. The last thing you want to do is get crazy glue on your fingertips, because it's painful when you try to separate your two fingers. Can you imagine? They must have been walking around with a bunch of cotton all over their butt from where from where all the injections were, and now they put put the cotton over the holes with the crazy glue. You walked off and you were fine. Only now, after you hear someone has died, does all the alarms and sensors in your brain go, ah, I might be dead. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are you for real? I mean, women, please tell me that butt injections, liposuction, tummy tucks, these things are just really not that serious to you, that you would really put yourself in harm's way to these two people. I know people take a bad mugshot, which is probably why they call it mugshot. So it's like a DMV picture. It never depicts what you really look like. And we do progress. We cut our hair, we grow our hair, we put makeup on, things like that. But when you look at these two pictures, I can't even imagine walking into a nail salon to get my feet done and seeing these two and being comfortable sitting down and letting them do anything to me. Help. Do we really need help that bad, people? Are butt injections and this cosmetic adjustment and altering mean that much to us that we just don't even think before we proceed? One of the young lady's daughter said when her mother didn't come home, she began to worry because her mother had gone previously. She knew where her mother was going and she came home and she was fine. But this one time she didn't come home. Well, are you surprised? Did you ever say, Ma, let me go see where you're getting this stuff done? What? I think we need to start letting our children accompany us, because evidently after we get to a certain age, we may think we're fine mentally, but evidently we're getting dementia and Alzheimer's, and we're in trouble, people. We are really in trouble. On a serious note, the Bible tells us that our body is a temple of the Lord, and we really need to be happy with what God has given us. And I know it's hard. Because this is the age of, pay for it and I can get an adjustment. But in all seriousness, when you think about it, it's one thing to say I'm too fat, lose weight. I'm too skinny, gain weight. My butt's too, small. They have padding and things like that. I mean, evidently this stuff is not acceptable. It's not good enough. We have to now, not only do we alter our bodies, but now we're putting ourselves in harm's way and clearly on death's doorstep when we are so serious about getting these things that we don't even use our common logic. And they always say, sense ain't all that common. This is your Christian coach for life, and I only got one thing to say. If you go into an office for any medical procedure and these two people show up and greet you, I think you need to run. If you need a dog walker and these two people show up, you need to run. Catch me at Blog Talk Radio, a Closer Walk Christian talk show, anytime you want to. Subscribe and like. Let me know your comments. Am I losing my mind, or should I now get butt injections? From Wee Wee and Leisha. Check you later.